we're heading to Tuscany, Italy, a land of rolling hills, vineyards, and medieval towns. Let's explore the best spots this iconic region has to offer. Hey, travelers! Welcome back to Travel's Highlights, your go-to spot for the most exciting travel tips and inspiration from around the globe. Today, we're taking you to one of Italy's most breathtaking regions, Tuscany. Whether it's your first time or you've been before, Tuscany is a dream come true. From rolling hills covered in vineyards to medieval cities dripping with history, this place is magical. But where exactly should you go in Tuscany? Well, we've got you covered. In this countdown, we're talking about the 10 best places to visit in Tuscany, Italy, everything you need to know. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on more travel tips from Travel's Highlights. Now, let's jump right in. Number 10. Luca, the city of 100 churches. Luca is like stepping into a fairy tale. Enclosed by Renaissance-era walls, this city is the epitome of charm. Wander through its narrow, cobbled streets, and you'll notice something quite unique. Luca has an unbelievable number of churches, which is why it's known as the City of 100 Churches. But churches aren't all it's got. You'll love the beautiful Piazza dell'Anfiteatro, a vibrant square that was once a Roman amphitheater. How cool is that? If you're looking for a relaxing day, rent a bike and ride along the top of the city walls for some fantastic views. And don't leave without trying buccellato, a delicious local cake. Luca's peaceful, slow pace is perfect for anyone needing a little break from the hustle of other tourist hotspots. Number 9. Arezzo, Renaissance at its finest. Arezzo doesn't always make it onto the typical Tuscany itinerary, but trust me, it should. This town is an absolute treasure trove of art and history. Once home to Renaissance greats like Giorgio Vasari, Arezzo's streets are practically overflowing with masterpieces. The frescoes in the Basilica of San Francesco are simply jaw-dropping. Even if you're not a huge art fan, you'll be blown away by their beauty. And if you visit on the first weekend of the month, you're in for a treat. Arezzo hosts one of Italy's largest and most famous antique fairs, so you can shop for unique finds while soaking in the atmosphere. Arezzo's old-world charm will leave you wondering why it's still a hidden gem. Number 8. Montepane, wine and views for days. If you're into wine and breathtaking views, Montepane is the place to be. Perched on a hilltop, this medieval town gives you stunning panoramas of the Tuscan countryside, with rolling vineyards stretching out as far as the eye can see. Speaking of vineyards, Montepane is famous for its Vino Nobile, a rich red wine that's been produced here for centuries. Stroll down the narrow streets, explore the historical buildings, and definitely take a winery tour. You won't regret it. And don't miss the Palazzo Comunale, climb to the top of its tower for a view that'll leave you speechless. This town is small, but it packs a big punch. Number 7. Sienna, medieval marvel. Sienna is like a trip back in time. Once Florence's biggest rival, Sienna's medieval vibe is still very much alive today. The heart of the city is the stunning Piazza del Campo, a unique shell-shaped square where the famous Palio horse race takes place twice a year. Surrounding the square are majestic buildings like the Palazzo Pubblico and the Torre del Mangia. Climb to the top of the tower if you're feeling adventurous for a killer view of the city. Sienna is also home to the breathtaking Duomo, one of Italy's most beautiful cathedrals. The black and white striped marble is a sight to behold. If history's your thing, you'll fall in love with Sienna's stories and its preserved medieval streets. Number 6. Cortona, hilltop heaven. Looking for a quiet, picture-perfect Tuscan town? Cortona is the answer. Set on a hill with sweeping views over the Val di Chienna, this little town was made famous by the book and movie, Under the Tuscan Sun. It's small, it's charming, and it's the ideal spot to enjoy some authentic Tuscan living. Walk the winding streets, explore ancient Etruscan ruins, and soak up the view from the Piazza Garibaldi. If you're into art, visit the Diocesan Museum, which houses works by Fra Angelico. And since Cortona's perched up high, you'll be treated to some of the most stunning sunsets in Tuscany. Don't forget your camera. Number 5. Pisa, more than just a leaning tower. We all know about the Leaning Tower, right? But Pisa has way more to offer than just the iconic tilt. The Piazza dei Miracoli, where the tower stands, is also home to the stunning Pisa Cathedral and Baptistry, both architectural masterpieces in their own right. Stroll along the Arno River and explore Pisa's lively streets, which are filled with students from the city's prestigious university. If you have the time, check out the Museo del Sinope for some fascinating fresco sketches. Sure, take your classic Leaning Tower pick, but don't leave Pisa without exploring its deeper side. This city's got layers. Number 4. San Gimignano, the town of fine towers. San Gimignano's skyline is unforgettable. Its medieval towers rise high above the countryside like something out of a movie. Once home to 72 towers, though only 14 remain, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is often called the Manhattan of the Middle Ages. San Gimignano's beauty isn't just in its architecture, though. Wander the streets, check out the frescoes in the Duomo, and take in the local art at the Civic Museum. And if you've got a sweet tooth, don't miss the award-winning gelato at Gelateria Dondoli. People say it's the best in the world. Number 3. Val d'Orcia, Tuscany's picture-perfect countryside. You know those picture-perfect images of Tuscany you see in guidebooks? That's the Val d'Orcia. This region is the stuff of dreams, with rolling hills, cypress trees, and golden fields that seem to go on forever. Whether you're driving through or stopping in one of its charming villages, the Val d'Orcia is Tuscany at its most beautiful. Towns like Pienza and Montalcino are perfect spots to stop for a glass of wine and a stunning view. And if you love photography, this is your paradise. The landscapes here are straight out of a postcard. Number 2. Florence, the cradle of the Renaissance. Florence is the heart and soul of Tuscany, and it's impossible to visit without being swept up in its beauty. The city that gave birth to the Renaissance is packed with art, history, and culture at every turn. From Michelangelo's David to the magnificent Duomo, Florence is an art lover's dream. But even if art's not your thing, you'll love the lively squares, bustling markets, and charming streets. Don't miss the Ponte Vecchio, a medieval stone bridge lined with jewelry shops, or the stunning Boboli Gardens. Florence is where Tuscany comes alive with energy and history, and you'll find yourself falling in love with its every corner. Number 1. Chianti, the land of wine. And finally, the number 1 spot goes to Chianti, the ultimate Tuscan experience. Famous worldwide for its wine, this region is a patchwork of vineyards, olive groves, and rustic farmhouses. Drive through the winding roads and you'll feel like you're in a movie. Every stop along the way offers something special, whether it's a winery tour, a medieval village, or just a quiet spot to take in the views. And of course, you can't leave without sampling some Chianti Classico, the wine that's made this area legendary. It's the perfect way to end your Tuscan adventure. And that's a wrap on our top 10 places to visit in Tuscany. Whether you're into wine, art, or stunning views, Tuscany has something for everyone. Let us know your favorite spot in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to Travel's Highlights and hit the notification bell for more travel tips. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.